Look, man, this brother might just turn from, he might just go from Kai Sinet to Wise Sinet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe he got some gems for the youngins out there who want to be streamers and also maintain a relationship at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Who am I talking about? Kai Sinet. Because now all of a sudden you don't need a girlfriend. That's his words. Let's see how we can also learn from even maybe the mistakes. I don't know. They might reveal mistakes. They might not reveal mistakes. They might just tell us about like why you just don't need a girlfriend. Period. You know what I'm saying? Of which. It's a sentiment that makes sense 2026 moving forward. M.O.S, man.
How the fuck I'm being locked out? When I'm standing in the gap with my clock out.
M.O.S right here. It's okay to remain single until whatever situation you see comes to pass. Like, I feel like number one, there's this whole pressure of yo, time is running out, nigga. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? We young. We gotta pop out things. We gotta do our things. We gotta build. You know what I'm saying? From a young age, I understand that sentiment, but there's still some foolishness in that. You know what I'm saying? There's still some foolishness when you're trying to just like rush into things with little to zero knowledge or understanding of what you're getting yourself into. You see what I'm saying? I mean, consider. Shit. Okay, when it comes to the streamers and when it comes to these people that are like constantly in front of these cameras, constantly in front of these chats, that even, you know, chats that are like parasocially connected to these creators, right? Feel entitled to these creators, feel entitled to the energy of these creators. Like when something like that has just like taken you over and you have now transferred the autonomy, you know, into making that your identity, your streaming identity, that is your streaming career, your streaming image in front of these cameras. It's like, when number one, when do you get the time to be authentically yourself? You know what I'm saying? Number two, when do you or where do you attract the people that will love you for your authentic self? Right? When do you have any of that kind of thing, you know, happen to you? You don't, nigga, because like you always preoccupied with just like the streaming thing. You know what I'm saying? Like just the chat's opinions on you, things like that. You feel what I mean? You might listen to chat influence you on some like, yo, I think she cool for you, bro. You like go for that, bro. Like she cool, like, you know what I'm saying? And with this whole energy of just like giving so much importance to your chat, and look, I understand the fact that they support you, bro. They give you, you know, they incentivize you doing that. They incentivize you asking for their opinion. They're always there. You know what I'm saying? And it feels amazing, I'm pretty sure. These are the people that are there supporting you, da 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 da. You know what I mean? But it's not consistent energy within them. You gotta understand, bro. Chat is not one entity. Chat rotates. It's like you get people that fall off of like your chat today, and then maybe next month you'll have maybe not completely different batch of people in your chat, but like you'll have a whole bunch of new energy that comes in. This wave of new energy might have such a big voice, and then you thinking, yo, just last time y'all niggas was telling me not this one, not this move. Now it's like y'all niggas ain't even fucking with this move that I heard from y'all, and it's like, yo, dog, like chat keeps changing. Maybe whoever is in the chat today screaming the loudest is not gonna be that same person that's there next week when you're asking for the reconfirmation of what the nigga said last week. You know, aka you may be on your live stream right now talking about, yo, chat, what you think of her? Is she cool? Chat be like, yeah, go in, man, come on, go in. And the same group of people that are saying yes, do it right now, they might not be part of the chat maybe 2 days down the line, when you want to go back to this moment when you were like, yo, chat, she was the one, right? Y'all told me to go for her. It might be a total different group that are in the chat at that moment saying, yo, no, we never said that. No, don't go for this, go for the other one. And then now you're confused and chat is telling you this, but then now it's telling you another thing a different time. You gotta understand, chat is not one person. Chat is like thousands of different minds, dog. And thousands of different minds that can change at any time. Right? Now, with that being said, I understand the streamer's standpoint in that you are just being controlled, pulled left, right, and center just by a whole lot of these minds in the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you may place so much importance in that chat that you might have them make the decision for you of what to go for, who to love, how to love. You see what I'm saying? And then you get this dilemma of people having been streaming since a very young age, since teenagers, nigga. They were streaming because they were probably socially anxious, or their social anxiety was just so bad that, you know, they found this pocket of existence, streaming and just gaming and doing all that. They spent the rest of their teenage years, right, and all of their young adult years just doing that, to a point where they didn't develop their own identity. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't tap into, okay, what do I want to love? Like, what kind of person do I want to love? Who do I want to love? How do I want to be loved? You know? And then you end up just like picking any Tom, Dick, and Harry out there in the street, like, yo. And then lo and behold, nigga, you might just want your chat's approval for that shit. And it's like, what? Chat ain't you, nigga, you. You feel what I'm saying? And then it becomes this whole performative thing of like, yo, you know, I gotta make this work even though I'm not the one that just put myself in this position. That's what I got from Kai, bro. And I feel like, you know, with his recent situation, he's going through a whole lot of mental challenges, mental situations. That's you know what he said. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's him grappling with the whole thing of, you know, the whole realization that, yo, these are the decisions that I have to make on my own, like at my own, on my own, bro. This is the kind of conclusion that I have to come to by myself, not through the help of, because this is like, you know, this kind of step is supposed to cover the vulnerable parts of me. So I really have to be 100% authentic, you know, with putting myself out there so that I can get 100% authenticity attracted to me, or I can attract 100% authenticity instead of constantly, you know what I'm saying, looking at that chat, constantly just looking at just your public reputation as per your streaming projection, right? And be like, yo, let me try and, you know, build a relationship off of this. And I feel like that's the biggest mistake that these young streamers make. You know what I'm saying? You will never hear them talking like this brother here, bro. Because this brother here, bro, he probably comes from a time where he had to face life without this whole streaming thing. And he had to make sure that he connects with, you know, authentic people apart, you know, outside of just like this content shit, bro, and streaming all the time, and, you know, whatever we trying to do with the streaming thing. I feel like the whole relationship and you picking, you know what I'm saying, your better half, you know what I'm saying, your girl, you know, if you're a guy that is, you know, that shit should come out, that shit should be like outside of whatever you got going on for money, bruh. For money and success and ambition and this, that, and the third, right? Yeah, like choose somebody that's like, that's not within the realm of you just projecting yourself career-wise or business-wise, right? Just project yourself authentically when we're talking about searching for somebody. Yeah, dude, do your, like, project your authentic self, bro. Not this self that's seeking this whole thing and this whole machine and all this money and all this. Because yo, if y'all seen the clip, bro, if y'all seen the clip of just like Kai's girl and how entitled she was, you know, over this nigga, and I think it was a matter of a couple months that they met. She was mad entitled, bro. She was going in, just like wanting G-Wagons, dog, and, you know, wanting, I don't know, man, fucking cars and, you know, details on cars and things like, it's like, okay, cool, that's cool, but like at the point that you're at right now, because you gotta understand, bro, even these young ladies, bro, they're out of whack, dog. They you know, they come up just like how you come up. If you're a youngin', you know, making everything about this parasocial connection that you have with your audience. You know what I'm saying? You finding your better half or somebody to love is supposed to come from you, not you and your audience. And for the most part with these youngins, it's the audience that decides for them. And it's like, bruh, And you know why I think that often is the case? I feel like these guys, they don't know themselves. Youngins, you know, when you're young, you don't have a full grasp of how to even understand thyself, right? Your own self. You don't have a grasp on how to do that. So you might just depend on external sources to give you that. You know what I mean? But then now you're gonna find yourself having to backtrack and double back and just be like, yo, this is so overwhelming. Let me go focus on my own self. And I feel like that's where you go back to square one, though. You know what I'm saying? Being at a position that Kaisenet is at right now and still being stuck as fuck. In terms of who to connect with and how to connect, nigga. Because he realized, you know what? He tweeted out, nigga, I'm not getting into any relationship ever again. And that's how sour and bitter that shit can be. I feel like he might get back into the game. He just gotta go understand some things a little deeper, bro. And don't try and understand things in a rush, in a hurry. Because, man, I'm Kaisenet, bro. I just gotta keep going. I gotta keep being on the move, bro. Like, who got the time to just, like, sit down and study and understand their own self so that they can understand, you know, the person that they're attracting? I don't got no time for that, nigga. Are you sure you don't got no time for it? Okay, you may not have the time for that, but now don't jump into that before making the time for that. You know? And by that I mean making the time for you to be your authentic self in whatever setting, no matter what. Be able to tap into that pocket of yourself and use that to attract a lover, a partner. Because, like, for the most part, I don't even think Kaisenet's partner gotta be into, like, streaming or consuming streaming or wanting to be a streamer herself. Like, I don't think that's the kind of girl that Kaisenet's supposed to get, especially being the brand that Kaisenet is right now, bro. Like, you mad big, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a streamer girlfriend so that, you know, we become, I don't know, unless, you know, you got other intentions with your whole shit. But if you have, like, intentions to make sure that your well-being is good, so that your union with your partner can be good. That's what matters, dog. Not a partner that's gonna compete with you. You know, that girl that he had, bro, it looked like she was like some competition. She just wanted to get to the goal, to the level that her man was at the time, Kaisenet, you know? I feel like Kaisenet saw the whole ridiculousness of that whole thing, right? That's crazy, because I'm only trying to understand this whole thing from a streamer's perspective, right? From a person who is a streamer, a person who is, you know, their career is supposed to be performative, bro. Let's admit it. You have to be performative to keep the relevance going, to keep the, you feel me? I just hope the brother gets, you know, with this mental health break that he's taking right now, I pray he gets to the point of understanding his authentic, just how he's supposed to move authentically so that he can attract that authenticity in his own life, right? He really could take a whole lot of notes from the brother Duke right here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Duke right here is a streamer himself, but I feel like Duke is the more seasoned one in terms of his own mental security about his own self and at least the understanding of his own self. I mean, nobody gets to a point where they understand themselves completely. There's always room to just, like, go deeper, you know what I'm saying, within your own being, bro, just to, you know, see what could come out of it. There's always room for that. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he's better off taking advice from Duke Dennis. Not the kind of advice of how to become a baby daddy, but, you know, just your self-perception about, like, you know, yourself being a streamer and how you're supposed to move. Because the words that are coming out of Duke, it's words that make sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'd say do what Duke says, not what Duke has done. That's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many baby mamas this nigga got. Like, how many, you know, kids. Like, he's one of those, you know what I'm saying? Like, from what I've heard, you know what I'm saying?